Hi, my name's Stone Squids. I wanted to show you guys how to get models and textures out of SurrounDead. So first what we're going to do is we're going to open up Fmodel. And we're actually going to create a directory of where we're going to put the models. So if you open up settings and then click on the models tab right here, this first section is where your exported models will be. I have mine just right here in the outputs. I just created a folder here called models and selected this folder. Make sure the mesh format is set to PSK/PSKX, and then export bone sockets as bones, and then level of detail format first level only, nanite format only normal LODs, and then all layers with all reference textures, and then PNG. And that all looks good, so go ahead and press OK. Now for this example, we're going to go ahead and be changing the utility pickup truck to black. So we're going to go ahead and find that over here in Polygon files, Polygon Apocalypse, Meshes, and then Vehicles. Most of the vehicles are here, by the way, if you are wanting to follow along. Right click the vehicle that you're looking for. This one in this case is the pickup truck. Go ahead and open it just to show you guys. There it is. So we're going to right click this and we're going to press Save Model. Cool, now we can close this. So that saved model is now over here in Models, all the way at the bottom. And there it is. Oh, there it is. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over here to Blender. I will link everything down here in the description, by the way, for all the files that you need. This is for Unreal Engine and this is for Blender. With Unreal Engine, make sure you're downloading 5.3. You will need the Epic installer for that also. Alright, go ahead and delete everything in the collection. And then you will have to download these extensions here for this to work. This is the main one for this. I'll leave this in the description. Basically what you want to do is you want to press get add-on and then just drag this straight into Blender, and this will install the extension. And then same thing with Bool Tool if you want to be combining meshes. I'll leave this in the description as well. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hit File. Oh yeah, to get those turned on, you're gonna go to Edit, Preferences, and then Get Extensions. Make sure that they're here. You might have to restart Blender for those two up here. Alright, so back to what we were doing. Import Unreal PSK. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to that Models folder. And there it is. We're going to select it and we're going to change the scale over here to 0.01, because if we leave it at where it's at, it's going to be huge. And make sure everything is checked. Press import, and there's the vehicle. Now to get the textures, go ahead and go over here to shading, select the vehicle, click over here on the right side, and then right click, add, texture, image texture. You're going to open right here on this side, and then you're going to look for, in the exact same spot where you extracted the model, just look for the textures file. Be right here in vet, and there it is. Hit open. And then go ahead and drag this yellow color node to the base color, and that'll connect the textures for you. Now if you wanted to edit the texture of the vehicle, for example, you could go over here to, where is it, UV editing or texture paint? Texture paint. We'll just make this all black. This isn't really like the correct way to do it. As you'll see right now, it's going to kind of override a bunch of stuff, but I'm just going to do this as a quick example. If I click this black, notice how it changes everything, but it also includes the wheels and stuff. But yeah, so in order to save this, you're going to want to click right up here at the top and then press Save All Images. Alright, and that'll save this image to this car. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the layout. This is what it looks like. You can change this in however you want, by the way. It's totally up to you. So if I go to File, Export, we're going to go ahead and we're going to export this as an FBX now. And go ahead and place this file anywhere you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and place mine right here. We're going to call this tutorial files. And then you can leave the scale as 1 because you already changed it over here. Make sure the path mode is set to copy, and click this button here. This will embed the textures to your model. And then make sure you go over here to geometry, change the smoothing. You can either do face or smoothing groups. I do smoothing groups because that was a specific error I was getting in Unreal Engine for not selecting that. Armature, select this to root, and then you should be good with that. And then for the file name, you want to copy the exact name that's over here in the bone section. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and export that. Alright, and now we're done with Blender. So we can go ahead and close that. Now, to make a new project in Unreal Engine, it's actually pretty easy. I'll show you guys how to set that up right now. Apologize. Unreal Editor does take a minute to load on my computer. Alright. So this is how you guys set up a project in Unreal Engine. Or, yeah, Unreal Engine, yeah. So you're going to select Games, and then Third Person. Make sure it sets a blueprint. Go ahead for Browse for a new folder. Typically it would be in your Documents folder, and then you should already have a folder here called Unreal Projects. I always create a new folder here, just so that way I can name it whatever I want and not have to worry. I'm going to go ahead and name this one Project 23. Alright, we're going to select this folder, and this is where our project's going to be. We can go ahead and change the project name to SurrounDead. Press Create, and this will create the project where we'll be putting in the files that we're editing. Alright, here we are. Go ahead and dismiss that. And we're going to shrink all this. Alright, so to set up your project, you're going to want to go ahead and go over here to the Edit page, Editor Preferences. And then right here, you're going to want to find Experimental. And Allow Chunk ID Assignments. Definitely going to want to turn that one on. Editor Project Settings. And then here you're going to want to go to Packaging. You're going to want to turn off IO Store because this game doesn't use it. Generate Chunks so you can generate ID chunks. And then make sure this one's turned off, otherwise the custom textures that you make will not work. From there, supported platforms. I'm currently using Windows, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the rest of these off. And I do believe that's, oh yeah, and then go ahead and click All Settings and type in the word Cook. And look for directories to never cook. We're going to add 4 folders here, and we're going to put the 4 custom folders that are in the game. This will save us a lot of waiting time for the files. Alright, and now that this is set up, we're basically ready to start putting in our file. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go over here, and we're going to create the same folder structure that is used to call the textures of the vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up so it's a lot easier to follow along with. See how this one says content and this one says content? It's basically like the same thing. So from here we're going to go Polygon Files, Polygon Apocalypse, and these are the main files that I'm going to need. So folder, Polygon Files, Polygon Apocalypse, and then meshes, materials, and textures. Now with that set up, we're going to go ahead and right click, import, and now we can find that FBX folder that we made earlier, or the FBX file. Go ahead and go to our desktop. Do believe it was this one. Alright, now for this section, you're going to want to leave skeletal mesh selected. Import mesh. Make sure all of these are on. For this one, you can go ahead and set this to ignore. Update skeleton, update TF pose, or TO as ref pose. Import mesh, or actually, don't do that. I have this one set to, built in. And then that should be basically set up. Local, I changed this one to all assets and create new materials. We're going to go ahead and import all. It should be set up correctly. Alright. Now this error over here that you're getting is because in Blender it does use the same names for the vehicles. Go ahead and close that. This should be the vehicle right here. If I take it out, there you go. As you can see, it now has the black texture that we added earlier. Ooh, what's up with the glass? Oh, it was just taking a minute to load in. Okay. Yeah, my computer's a little slow. But there you go. As you can see, it loaded in fine. So you're basically done with this. Now all you have to do is put them where they're supposed to be. Go ahead and shrink this. Open up the file locations. Oh yeah, the physics asset. I gotta fix this real quick. Go ahead and delete everything that's in here. Delete. Ooh, wrong button, sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the collision for the vehicle. Go ahead and press show all bones and then find, not this one, but this one right above it. Go ahead and press add shape, add box. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to just fix up this mesh really quick. Shouldn't take too long. Just make the box a little bit big. Stretch it out. Alright, that looks about right. Let me go ahead and lower it. Not trying to make it perfect, I just want it to be like, you know, accurate, at least a little bit. Yeah, that's close enough, that's close enough. So yeah, there you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. For the wheels, go ahead and select these ones. Go ahead and control click so you can select all of them. Right click, and then hit add shape, add sphere. Now with these ones, we are also going to increase them. We just want it big enough that it can overlap over the entire wheel. See how it overlaps the whole wheel? Now for the spheres over here on the bottom, the wheel spheres, we're going to change the physics type to kinetic. This will make them not necessarily have collision, but just give them animation, I suppose is the right word. But make sure this physics type is set to default because this is the actual body of the car. You want that to have collision. Alright, now that's all set up, go ahead and save that. See, hey, the texture loaded in. Save that. Oh, let's give it a minute to save. Yeah, I'd recommend opening most of the files and just pressing save really quick, just to make sure that it properly saved into your project. Because sometimes the files don't appear in your project. See right here, 5 unsaved. They don't actually appear in your project until you press the save button. So go ahead and save selected. Alright, and we're basically done. So all we're going to do now is change these to their proper locations. So all of these are meshes. These are going to move over here to the mesh section. Mesh vehicles. Move here. These ones are both materials. As you can see here, it says underneath material. Move this one over here. And then this one is a texture file. So we're going to move this one over here to bed. Now, this one's a little bit interesting. You're actually going to want to duplicate this one. And we're going to change this one to vet1 underscore mud. The reason why is because this vehicle uses two textures to call onto it. It uses this one, and it also uses a mud texture. So this will also change the big rig as well. So now that we're basically set up with that, we can go ahead and press platforms, windows. You're going to change the shipping to the you're going to change the platform to shipping, and then you're going to go ahead and press cook content. Alright, and then I'll be back once that's done. Shouldn't take too long, it only takes like 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you would like more of an explanation on, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm always willing to help anybody if they're wanting to learn. I don't want this to seem like a daunting task to want to mod a game, because I know there's a lot of people that have ideas being like, yo, this would be a really cool idea for the game. They just don't have the knowledge on how to do that idea. So I really want to get all this information out there so anybody could be like, oh, you know what, I have an idea for this game. I'd love to mod it real quick. You know what I mean? I just think that'd be cool. Okay, cool, I finished. Moving on. So basically, once that's done, let's go ahead and close all these other folders. Here's a faster way to go. Whoops, wrong folder. Here's a faster way to get to that section I'm about to go to. You can right-click this folder, and then hit Show and Explore. It's going to take you here. Go back one folder. Go to Saved, Cooked, Windows, and then this folder here is actually all of the files that you're going to need that you just cooked. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to pack these files into a mod now. New folder. You can name this folder whatever you want also, it doesn't matter. Control C, Control V. And now we're just going to clean up this folder a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and delete both of these. These are unneeded files. And that's basically it. Go ahead and go back. Drag this over to Unreal Pack with compression. Press Run. Once that's done, you can press anything you want and it'll remove that command prompt. Hit rename this with _P, and that's your mod. Basically done with that. I don't have anything else that could change that, so I just want to show you guys what it looks like now. Go ahead and open up Steam. Alright, and we're back and we're loaded in. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on invincibility just don't have to deal with any zombies at the moment. We're going to go ahead and spawn in a few of these just to make sure we get the right one. There it is. As you can see, it works fine. There's the vehicle there. apologize for the sound. But yeah, it works. You can drive it around. Just wanted to showcase that real quick for you guys. This is a very like basic version of it though. This is a very basic version of it though. As you can tell, it kind of takes over the textures of the wheels as well. But yeah, it does work. It does also take over the texture of the big rig, which I thought was rather interesting. Let's see if I can get one to spawn in with it. Yeah, so here we go. See, it also does change this texture as well. That's because they both use the same texture for the vehicle. But yeah, I like the way it looks a bit more on the pickup truck than I do on the semi. It doesn't look that good on the semi. Personal opinion though. But yeah, just wanted to showcase that for you all. Catch it going. See you later.